To politics now and the focus. Hillary Clinton will have on foreign policy in just a few days. She'll meet with a number of world leaders who will be in New York for the United Nations General Assembly session. Among the leaders she'll sit down with is Egypt's president, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. It is hoped by members of a Virginia family that the Clinton visit will bring attention to the case of an American citizen held in Egypt. Aya Hijazi returned to her native Egypt after college and started a foundation to help children in need. Authorities accused Hijazi and her husband of abusing children, and she has been held without trial since 2014. Human rights groups say the accusations are unfounded. Virginia Democratic Congressman Beyer has taken up the family's cause. He's here with us now. Congressman, good to see you here in New York.
Thank you, Eamon, very much.
Let's talk a little bit about this particular case in terms of what the Obama administration is doing. Are you getting a sense that the Obama administration is leveraging any resources it has with the Egyptian government to secure the release of Aya Hijazi?
Eamon, my concern, and the reason we've done big press conferences this week, is that they haven't done enough. You know, there was a long period of silence from the State Department where apparently nothing was being done, at least nothing publicly. We just want to use the incredible leverage we have. We give the Egyptian government $1.3 billion a year. They're an important strategic ally, but they're supposed to be an ally and a friend, so we need to get an innocent American released.
And looking ahead to this week, as we mentioned, Hillary Clinton obviously running for president. She's going to be meeting with Sisi. Do you think there's anything she can do in that meeting to further advance the cause of Aya Hijazi and the other Americans that are held in Egypt?
Absolutely. And
what would you like to see her do?
Well, I would like to see her press the case for, you know, a much greater respect for human rights. Sisi, for whatever reason, has really locked up journalists and professors and artists and most of the leaders of the nonprofits. You know, Aya is an Egyptian citizen and an American citizen. She studied conflict resolution at George Mason University in Fairfax County, Virginia. This is a person very dedicated to peace and civil society, and they're locking her up for exactly the wrong reasons.
Yeah, and today even there was a court decision that froze the assets of some of Egypt's leading human rights organizations and advocates. You know, do you think that Egypt is going in the right direction or not?
In this case, absolutely the wrong direction. We need to have a society that's ever more democratic and open and pluralistic. You know, the early promise of the Arab Spring was first dashed by Morsi's overturning the Constitution and then dashed by the military coup. We need to, as always, continue to push them in the direction of a much more democratic society.
You and I were talking a little bit about this offline. When we look at some of the Iranian Americans that have been held in Iran and the amount of public pressure, the amount of leverage that has been leveled by the American government to release them at very high-level talks, we're not seeing the same with Egyptian Americans. And there are about, by some estimates, as many as 6 Egyptian Americans that are held in prison.
And it's a very good point. We need to do that. We did that with Amir Hekmati, with Jason Rezaian, with the 3 American hikers, all in Iran, and they've all ultimately been released. And we need to do the same thing with Egypt.
I want to play you a soundbite. This is from Aya Hijazi's brother, who I know you spoke to earlier in the week. Take a listen to what he said.
We understand how delicate the balance between U.S. and Egyptian relations are, and so we thought that if we keep a low profile, somewhat domestically and more so internationally and more so on the American front, that we wouldn't cause any ruffles in that balance.
Silence isn't working.
No.
So, you know, they're obviously calling for more pressure from the United States. It's certainly something that you echo, but there's this debate whether or not America really has any leverage inside Egypt anymore. The relationship between President Obama and President Sisi, some say it's strained. They don't communicate very often. But even the military relationship, some say, is not as strong as it once was. What do you hear about that relationship?
I think both are true. It's not like it was with Mubarak. We can't ignore how repressive the government was under Mubarak also. But I just think that, as the brother said, silence isn't working. The more outspoken we can be about what we want, the more likely we are to have the right military relations and hopefully push the diplomatic relation in the right direction also.
Do you think that there's a reluctance on the administration's part or others to address this issue because the significance Egypt has in security cooperation and as a strategic ally?
I'm sure there is some of that, especially because of our close relationship with Israel. And Israel's security is in part based on the fact that they've been at peace with Egypt since the early 1980s. We don't want to mess that up. But at the same time, you know, as Americans, fundamental is our commitment to human rights. So we just cannot back off from it.
Is there a role that Congress can play here with the budget strings in terms of the aid that goes to Egypt every year?
Yeah, and it has to be a subtle threat. But clearly, it's hard to give $1.3 billion every year to people that are locking up American citizens on trumped-up charges.
And have you heard from her family in terms of Aya's conditions, how she's being held, and what's the latest on that trial?
So there have been 7 different court appearances, not a single witness, no evidence whatsoever. They're 2 years and 4.5 months, so way past the time for a speedy trial, even under Egyptian law. So they're worried about her. Progressively, she's getting more and more despondent. She's looking at perhaps a life sentence, is what the Egyptians are threatening. This is for helping street children.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Representative Dan Beyer, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you very much.